Hey everyone, this is George. I am the owner and designer of the Owls Arcanum shop and all the items in here, and this is going to be the video on going over assembly for all of the different tracker holders that are now available. So once again, just to reiterate, the Slim is the same as the original AirTag tracker. So if you have purchased it prior to 11, if you purchased it prior to November 12th of 2022, you probably just have the normal Slim version. And if you didn't choose Slim in the actual drop down for when you purchased this item, you by default have the Slim because that was before I added it as, or these other ones as options. So this is going to be the assembly for all of these though, although they are very much similar once you get past the first part. So let's go over the easiest one first, which is going to be the rugged design for the AirTag and also the Chipolo design for the Chipolo 1 and Chipolo 1 Plus. So to go over the Chipolo 1 first, we'll just do that because it's on the right hand and we'll just go sequentially. So you're going to take your Chipolo 1 holder, or Chipolo holder, I think is what I just called it, and you're going to take your, oh boy, butterfingers today, so sorry about that. Take your body of the Chipolo holder, you're going to take the Chipolo and you are going to just take it and press it into place because it is a press fit. So there's really nothing else to do but that. If you press on the actual Chipolo device itself, there is kind of a hidden button and it will make a very loud sound. So that's how you know it's working. If you press that and it doesn't make any sound, that means the battery inside the Chipolo is dead or you have a bad Chipolo. I haven't come across that. Then again, I only have one of these. So just letting you know before you assemble it, just make sure it's working. Now, if you ever need to take it out to replace the battery and whatnot, it is pressed in there pretty well. And it's not the best design to try and press out because it's very blocky. It's a blocky circle. So what you can do is just give it a light, couple taps on your desk or whatever flat surface you have, and that'll just bring it out a little bit. And then you can take your Torx key or something like a tweezers, and you can just take it and put it in the small keyhole area and just pop it right out. So very simple to take out of there, but we're gonna assemble it, right? So we'll put it back in here. And once you have that in, you're just going to take your flat back piece here, and this is going to be the same part for all of these. Once you get the actual device inside of the base, the rest of it is the same. You're going to take your circle backing piece here that has the little homing edge, and you can see that right here, and you're going to look for the homing edge inside of the actual body itself here, and that's in this corner. And you can just line that up right there, and therefore it is all fit now. And then you can just put this down. You can take your actual tubing for your stethoscope, and since I do not have a stethoscope on hand today, since it is actively being used in a work environment, we'll pretend this Torx key is a stethoscope tubing. So you'll just lay that down, you'll take your tube clamp, you'll lay the tube clamp down, and then you'll take your screws, which come with every stethoscope holder, stethoscope tracker holder, and you'll go ahead and screw that into place. But I think everyone knows how to do that, so I'm not going to go over how to use a screwdriver to screw a screw into place. So that is it for the Chipolo 1, and I'm just going to take that apart, and I'll leave that in there. Now for the actual AirTag holders here, we have the rugged design, and it's very similar to the Chipolo tracker holder. You take the whole body of the AirTag and you just pop it into here. And then you go through the same process. You grab your backing, find the homing edge, line that up with the homing edge of the actual body here, and then you have it all done here. And my cats are going crazy behind me, so I apologize if you hear them running around. And then you just put your tubing through and clamp it over, and then you're done there. So those are the easiest ones. And then just to show you how to get this out, because this is not the easiest one to get out since it is a very deep holder, since it's taking into account the entire body of the AirTag. You can go ahead and just push on one edge since it is a concave device, and use tweezers or a butter knife or something, and just pop it out. So you could also just tap it against the desk too, but if you want to go for less caveman methods like I like to use, then you can be more gentle about it. But I'm going to take that out because we'll need that now. So that goes over the two easiest ones to assemble, the rugged and then the normal Chipolo body. So to assemble the slim and standard, you're going to need to take apart the AirTag partially. You're going to need to take this battery cover off. So to do that, you're just going to lightly sandwich it between your fingers and press down ever so slightly and twist counterclockwise. It will stop after a very short period, and then you can just take it right off. Put this somewhere where you can find it again. Don't throw it out, just in case you ever want to repurpose this or possibly get a rugged AirTag holder in case you don't like the slimmer versions, or if you just want to have it on hand. There's no reason to get rid of it unless you really don't want it, but we're not going to use it for these two. So you'll notice that in the normal AirTag, the standard AirTag has a CR2032 battery. So for the standard, you don't need to do anything other than that, and then you just place it in here. And just to make sure that the actual AirTag works, once you've taken it apart and have it in this place, you just need to like press on the battery a little bit, which is what these backings do. So when you put the backing in and put the tube over it and clamp it down, it essentially exerts the same amount of force as this backing piece would do, and therefore activates the AirTag. So to prepare for that, to make sure that your battery is working and your AirTag is functional, you can just lightly press on it with your thumb. Don't worry, you won't electrocute yourself. And I'm just going to bring this up to the mic to show you what I mean. You can hear it chime when you press it down. That was really muted. 1 second. There you go. So that's how you know it's still working. And once you have verified that, you can go ahead and once again follow the same exact procedure, which I'm not going to dull you with and explain again. One thing I will note though is that if you do have an emblem like the sinus wave here, or if you have your initials or something else that we have designed together, you will need to make sure that when you are putting your tubing in and clamping it down, that once you orient it in the stethoscope, like the way that you want your stethoscope oriented, that the actual emblem and the or initials are also oriented the right way. So you won't waste an extra minute of your time by disassembling it and then reassembling it in the correct fashion. So in order to pop this out of place, if you ever need to take it out, you just can press on the side and it pretty much easily falls right out. So, because it's not as deep. Now to assemble the slim or the original AirTag holder, if you are one of the OG original owners of this, you will take this same procedure as the standard, except you are going to use a CR2025 battery and pop that in there. And once again, just make sure it's working. Sounds like it's working to me. And you are just going to reassemble it in the way that I have shown for all of these other ones. So that is it for the assembly part. If you run into any issues during assembly or if something is just not fitting right, I would just re-watch this in the part that actually encompasses your holder that you have. And if you are still having issues, please reach out to me. I have no problem helping you through issues. If something breaks unintentionally, hopefully you're not assembling it wrong. But if something breaks even after like normal usage, I'll be happy to repair it. And by repair it, just replace it. But these are all designed to be very well, I guess, impact resistant and wear and tear resistant. So even the normal ones, but in some cases the rugged is absolutely needed for different positions, especially like EMTs who just tend to be more moving around and the AirTag can just pop out possibly because it's just going through more trauma. So yeah, so if you have any issues, please reach out to me. I will have no problem and getting everything sorted through. But if you have any issues with assembly, I would just read through the instructions again, watch this video again, and then if you are still having issues, please reach out to me. And once again, I appreciate everyone who has made a purchase. I appreciate everyone who is even just looking and contemplating getting one of these. It helps support the further development in making these better. And I'm always open to critiques and I'm always open to different ideas from everyone. And finally, thank you for what you do every day, because I don't think that can be said enough.